All right, all right, all right. Braelyn, thank you
Yes.
very much for joining. Hi, everyone. My name is Olienko Denner, and I am the founder of Black Women Blockchain Council, which was really created in order for us to be able to make sure that the Black community is involved in this whole blockchain ecosystem. So we have several programs, especially educational focused programs, that really creates pathways for our community to be involved. And today I am privileged to be able to talk to Braelyn Bowlis, and she actually tapped into our certified blockchain solutions architect course and completed the course. And she's an undergrad in school. So this is the generation that we really want to make sure does not get left behind, that they are aware that there's so many different ways for them to show up in this blockchain ecosystem. And one of the things that's really spearheading this space is that the economy is supposed to actually tap in on a greater scale into the blockchain ecosystem. There is projection that the market cap will be in the billions, when it comes to
Mhm.
blockchain, and that there are several opportunities for us to tap in. Right now, 300%, more than 300% of all job positions that are out there is blockchain related. And the great thing is, you do not need to be technical in order to be involved in blockchain. So you will hear a lot more as I get an opportunity to talk to one of our newest graduates,
Yes.
Braelyn Bowlis. Braelyn,
Yes.
introduce yourself.
Yes. Thank you. First, I just want to say before I introduce myself, thank you so much for creating this course and inviting me on today, Miss Oliyinka. So, for everyone that's tuning in, I'm Braelyn Bowles. I'm currently an undergrad getting my degree in finance here at UTA in the Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth Metroplex. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do the blockchain solutions architect course is like Miss Oliyinka said, right now in the media, we're seeing a lot of buzzwords, social media, different buzzwords about blockchain and how it relates to cryptocurrency, which is mentioned in the course, as well as how it's going to kind of pretty much be the technology that's ushering us into this new, uh, I would say, fourth industrial revolution that we're in right now. And to kind of give you some context into how I found the course, I recently have been watching and I'm subscribed to this YouTube channel called Black Women Making Money with Miss Cherie Warwick, and she posted the course in one of her live streams. And so I was like, I've been trying to find something that's going to teach me the fundamentals of it so that way I can excel and grow.
I love it. I love it. No, go ahead, continue, please.
Yes. And so after deciding to do the course, I can honestly say I would recommend this course to anyone, especially someone like myself that is a college student. I'm learning a lot. And so I feel like for me, even in my LinkedIn post, I stressed how this course was digestible and it explained to me the fundamentals. I feel like sometimes with tech right now, a lot of people might think it's hard. And so I recommend this um, as a foundational portion to it if you are interested in blockchain technology or just trying to figure out how you can integrate tech into whatever you're doing. This is a great course to go. It explains a little bit more in depth all of the different buzzwords. So, like I said in the beginning, she goes into the course talking about cryptocurrency, Ethereum, smart contracts, if you've heard of that before, as well as the technology behind those things that make those things like what they are. So, one of the things that stood out to me was how in order to create a smart contract, you have to kind of know a little bit about solidity and assembly in order to create that. So those were just some key things that stood out to me in the course. Even the NFTs as well. I know that was something that was really popular as well.
Awesome. I love to hear that. And I'm really fascinated by you at being in such a young age and you're already thinking about the future because I remember when I was in college, I'm just thinking about here and now, right? I'm not really that far into thinking about what am I going to do outside of college. I mean, I had an idea, right? But to tap into what's going on in society and how things are shifting, that's really commendable. And I think a lot of, kids your age are definitely doing that. You guys are more in tune with your environment than we were ever. And I have to commend you for that. So when you first heard of the course, did you imagine that it was going to be hard? Like what was the thought process before you actually clicked on it and say, "Let me go for it"?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be kind of hard. I actually was surprised at the fact that I wasn't going to have to download any type of software because I know that's one of the main things when you are learning about any type of technology. They want you to be interacting with it while you're learning about it. And so I kind of appreciated that. So that way, when I move on to the next course, which I did see in your development course, I'm going to actually be practicing building a blockchain. And so to get that foundational portion first was I was very like just grateful for that.
Awesome. I love that. I love that, you came in with, a little bit hesitant, but then you realize, okay, well, this is just giving me the basic. This is just the foundational aspect of jumping into what this is. I like to kid around, and I actually at one point had like a clubhouse room that said, "What the hell is blockchain?" Because everybody always wanted to know what is it. Like it's a buzzword, or what is it exactly? So taking the time to understand that foundation and what it entails. And you mentioned it takes you through the entire from the history up until Solidity smart contract and creating your own smart contract, and then it stopped, and then the next course is actually getting your hands dirty, and you will have to download a couple of things on that
Yeah.
track in order for you to build your own smart contract and further your education there. So I love that. Now let's step back a second. So
Yeah.
your major, what is your major in college?
Yeah. So if anybody that's just now tuning in, I mentioned that my major was going to be in finance. Um, One of the reasons why I chose finance, for anybody that's wondering, is um, one, I've always liked money as a kid growing up. And I'm not saying I come from a bad background or anything like that. I come from a really good upbringing. It's just like Miss Olienka said in the beginning, a lot of our community might not be fluent in finance, financial knowledge. And so learning how blockchain is going to kind of be a major part of finance and like the different transactions that we make, payment systems and tracking our transactions, I was like, you know what, let's pair this with what I'm doing so that way to me I can kind of stay ahead with what's going on and all of the changes that are going
I love that. I love that. That's fantastic. All right. So you're in finance and you saw this tech and then you were like, okay, I need to tap in. Did you know anything about cryptocurrency prior to the course?
on. Yes, so actually during the pandemic when everybody was on social media, I came across XRP. So
Mhm.
I kind of started looking more into Ripple and how fast their transactions take place. And so, with cryptocurrency, you can kind of invest. So I kind of got my hands a little dirty and invested in some XRP during the pandemic. And that kind of was the gateway into learning more about cryptocurrency. And then once I kind of started getting more information about cryptocurrency, I was like, wait, it's the blockchain technology that's making cryptocurrency, which is what led me to trying to figure out, okay, let's understand blockchain first, and that can help you understand cryptocurrency as well as everything else in that ecosystem of blockchains.
Love it. Love it. That is so smart of you to go beyond just the crypto because a lot of people they stop at crypto, right? And they don't really take that knowledge to understand the technology behind it. Um, One thing for me is I think it's important for us to understand the technology because crypto is not just the end all be and be all. This is a technology that could actually create so much more, and by the time it's mainstream, it's probably not going to be crypto, that people are using it for, or only, crypto. It's going to be so much more. And I know there's been others that have been introduced to it by way of NFTs and DeFi and DAOs and other things that have introduced them to the technology, not really understanding what the technology is about. So once again, fantastic that you started to do your deep dive um, and get lost in this space, go down the rabbit hole to get lost in it. But now you're coming back with the solid foundation of what it is. And so part of the course, we have it structured in a way that there's several different ways of absorbing the information. So it's not just you sitting and listening to me or someone else speak for a long time. It's actually you doing your own research. So out of the assignments, which one did you like, and which one did you not like?
I can honestly say I wouldn't say I didn't have too many issues with the assignments. I don't have that many negatives, but I will say the one of the main assignments that I enjoyed was writing the essays because, like you said, it allowed you to dive deeper into different research. Um, I can honestly say if I had to choose one thing, maybe some of the multiple choice questions got me a little bit sometimes. But yes, I definitely enjoyed writing the essays because, like you said, the more you dive deep and you're researching your own articles, um, it allowed you to make connections and real world connections out as to how blockchain is already being integrated
Mhm.
in our society. Like you said, it's not quite mainstream. And so doing the essays really opened a can of worms for me in regards to that. One of the things that I recently came across before the course ended when I was at the NFT portion, when y'all did that office hours, that live explaining the different NFTs and the use cases for it, I ended up connecting the dots to, I don't know if anybody's heard of Real ID 2025, like how they're going to kind of update our our identification systems. I immediately thought of, oh, this is kind of like NFT technology already kind of happening. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad that you're seeing that connection because there's going to be a lot of things that will be introduced in a year, 2 years, and just down the path,
Mhm.
that a lot of people won't realize that there's, blockchain behind it.
Mhm.
And definitely identity management is one of those things that people are looking at. And, for the future college students, their transcripts may
Yeah.
even have a blockchain component. So I'm glad that you're in tune to that and you're tapping into that. So now that you've completed the course, how do you feel? You don't have to, I
Mhm.
guess either you woke up in the morning to take it, and the course is really not that intensive.
Mhm.
We strip the course in different contents for you so that you won't be, bombarded with so many different things because we know that you guys are coming from all walks of life. There's so many things that's happening. Life be happening sometimes. And so
Mhm.
therefore we wanted to make sure that you're able to absorb it at your own pace. So we drip the content to you. So now that it's done, how do
Yes.
you feel?
So I can honestly say I feel more confident in myself in regards to just getting into tech in general while in school. I was proud of the fact that I was able to manage this while also doing my coursework. Um, I can honestly say, like you said, I'm just excited. I'm excited to learn more. This week, I actually plan on registering for the development course to add on to what I've already learned. Um, and really, just from all the extensive note taking that I took, I want to take some time to step back as well and just kind of really go over some of the things that I learned in the initial course while taking the other one. So that way I can learn more, but also eventually just master some of the concepts a little bit more.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Okay. All right. So you're about to jump into the blockchain developer course, which teaches you about Solidity smart contract. And both of these courses we actually created with Consensus,
Mhm.
which is part of the Ethereum Foundation. So they are known as the subject matter experts. I mean, they got their own protocol,
Yeah.
So you got to dive into the Ethereum blockchain, and in doing that, we gave you an overview of blockchain itself, how Bitcoin started, and everything else. Um, now, has your goal for the future has changed now that you know that blockchain could be incorporated into finance or whatever area that you want to go into? There's going to be a blockchain
Mhm.
component. Talk about that.
Yeah. So in regards to while getting my degree, I'm really looking at um, how analyst jobs could possibly be implementing blockchain, or even not necessarily getting too financial, but because we need people to build the actual payment systems and different things like that, maybe getting into that um, afterwards. And then again, Still learning more about, I know there's not a lot, just from looking, there's not a lot out there yet, because that was one of the things too you mentioned in the course, that it's still kind of early for some things. So I'm just kind of, that's my initial goal with the analyst position, and integrating blockchain into that, or like I said, developing software and different things like that. But other than that, I'm kind of just also kind of waiting to see what changes occur while still learning.
Awesome. And how many more years do you have for school?
So right now I'm in my sophomore year. So after this year, I'll just have two. But I plan on doing summer school. So my main goal is to be done in the next year, year and a half.
Okay, okay, all right. Cool, cool, cool. So, have you researched an ideal company yet? If there was an ideal company that you want to work for, this is your chance to go ahead and plug yourself.
Yeah, so honestly, because of this course, I'm definitely looking at Consensus as a company. In my area, Deloitte is another major company. I recently met with she's not in tech, but she's a CPA, and she mentioned some of the big four um, financial and accounting firms here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So any of those would be, I'm open to doing that with them. And then um, as far as I know, really any company that's really honing in on this topic, I would be interested in working with.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so our goal now is to try to get you internship with any one of those companies that you just listed.
Okay.
So part of the course, one of the things that we're doing is also helping you transition from learning the course into potential job opportunities. So we will
Mhm.
definitely help you try to get in front of Consensus, try to get in front of Deloitte, and a
Mhm.
couple of the other, top four accounting companies, because it's important for them to increase their diversity, and
Mhm.
knowing that they have someone that's interested in this blockchain ecosystem is fantastic. All right.
Yes.
So, is there anything else that you want to tell people about the course or about yourself?
So one of the things that I can honestly say about myself, fun fact, while I'm in school, I work as a licensed esthetician, which is really sales based to kind of help me through school. So, and I know that's becoming a major part of tech too, being able to have those interpersonal skills and sell to people. So that's a fun fact for me. Um, in regards to the course, one last time, I recommend if anybody's nervous about taking it, just to go for it. Um, be confident in yourself, and just really, I would say the thing that made me want to do it was, you know what, you're going to have to always learn something new anyway, and with all of the technology advancing around us, you might as well just get in where you fit in and where you want to go, and use that as your motivation.
I love it. Get in where you fit in, always think about the future, and know that, the future is tech. It really is.
Hmm.
And it doesn't hurt to come from any, background and experience, and just to learn a little bit about tech. You don't have to learn to code. Tech is more than just coding, it's more than just being a developer. There's so many different opportunities for individuals that just have the basic understanding of blockchain, that can take their experiences, and actually be able to contribute in some way, shape, or form to any industry that they're interested in.
Hmm.
Braelyn, I
Yes.
really enjoy talking to you. I
Yes,
love the
ma'am.
fact that, we got to connect as you were taking the course, and seeing you on the other side of taking that course and really tapping into this. I want to encourage you to continue, writing about what's going on in this ecosystem, because a lot is happening. It's a bear
Hmm.
market, so, the buzz, the influencers and all that, they're all quiet right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But people are still building. And this is your opportunity to share your knowledge about this. I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Since you've been sharing on LinkedIn and maybe in other social media sites, have your network, have they been curious about what you're learning? Have you been able to share and help others in this journey of understanding what blockchain is?
Yes, I will say my network has expanded, and surprisingly, I've gotten a lot of people asking me if they needed a virtual assistant. And, at
Oh,
this time, I'm like, "No, I don't need an assistant at this time. Maybe in the near future, but no." So
that's
and
foreshadowing for you.
yes, yes, so that's probably been the main thing. And then seeing other people locally in my city have also been connecting with me as well.
Awesome, awesome. See,
And I've been
guess
seeing a
what?
lot more, events.
Awesome. So that just means
Yes,
that
ma'am.
now people are embracing you as part of the whole Web3 community. They're
Mhm,
realizing
mhm,
that, as a student that went through the course, that you're tapping in, you're lending your voices, which is something that the course encourages you to do publicly. That you're taking this course and you're also learning something out of it. So now you're positioning yourself just right, and definitely
mhm.
encourage you to continue networking and also participate in those opportunities to go to conferences as well. But I truly enjoy talking to you today.
Yes,
I
I
just
did
want
as well. Thank you
to
so much. I really appreciate this.
you welcome so much, and we're going to try to get you into those summer internship programs for
Mhm.
sure. All
Me too.
right. um,
I
if people
actually,
want to
I
connect,
did want
go ahead. Yes.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, recently, like I said, initially, I found your course through the Black Women Making Money channel, and, I've been actually going in the comments, letting people know that I've been in the course because I've seen some of the other women inquiring about it. Because there are a lot of girls in my age that are in college, and I'm telling them, like, "No, take this course, it's a great course." And they've been liking and sharing my referrals, so yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Mm,
you. Thank you.
mhm,
And I'm so happy that you're willing to encourage others to tap in, and hopefully they sign up for the course and they go through the process and learn, just like you, and be able to improve, the outcome of their future with this technology.
mm,
I'm telling you
mhm,
guys, it's not over yet. Blockchain
mhm.
is here to stay, and this is an opportunity for you to tap in. Before we go, I want to make sure that you guys understand that we do have a nonprofit organization that actually helped us bring this to you. This episode of Learning Blockchain is brought to you by Black Women in Blockchain, a nonprofit organization empowering Black women and young girls in the blockchain ecosystem. They are raising funds for Giving Tuesdays. $25 goes a long way. Go to their website and donate today. All right. So, one last word before we go. Any encouragement for those who are still tiptoeing and looking, but not really sure whether or not they want to take the course?
Yes, so lastly, if you are tiptoeing about taking this course, um, would honestly encourage you to look at everything that's going on and think about like, hey, would I rather be playing catch up later and trying to scurry and hurry to learn about this technology, or be ahead and be on the up and up in regards to learning this technology and see how easier it'll be for you to understand being ahead instead of behind on this technology.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Well, thank you very much,
Mhm.
Braelyn. I really
Thank you
enjoy
so
it.
much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. For those of
Mhm.
you who tapped into learning blockchain, thank you very much for joining us. This episode was brought to you by Black Women in Blockchain, which is a nonprofit organization. And our efforts to increase the number of Black women in this blockchain ecosystem who are builders and developers is still going. We have the goal of 500,000 Black women by the year 2030 who are going to be blockchain developers. We're speaking it into fruition, and we know it can
Mhm.
happen. So tap in, join the course, join the program, join the community. The courses are cheap. They're less than
Mhm.
$100, all
Mhm.
together. So the basic foundation is just $25. You have $25 to spend, improve your future. And then the blockchain developer course is $79.99. So you could definitely improve your future for just less than $100. So thank you
Yes.
very much for joining us, Braelyn.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
really enjoy talking to you. Go ahead.
You as well. Oh, and I did want to say too, when you said anything else to add, see this as an investment in yourself. and an investment in your future too if you are on the fence. That's
Yes,
another thing that
yes.
I would say.
That is so smart, and she's in finance, so she's
Yeah.
telling you
Thank you.
invest in
Thank
your
you.
future. All right, everyone. Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much for
Thank
joining us.
you.
We
Thank
will see you
you.
next time.